Nathan from Ohio. Nathan, you are live on Truth Wanted. What's up?
Hello.
Hello. How are you, Nathan?
Decent. I'm Guybrush, by the way.
Oh, hi, Guybrush. Thank you for the donation earlier. Really appreciate it. And I also I was told from our producer that the 1701 is a Star Trek reference in your name, which I didn't know because I don't know anything about Star Trek. So cool for you on that.
My favorite one, and I'm very happy that you recognize Monkey Island as my favorite game series of all time. So
heck yeah, they need to do New Monkey Island. That's my hot take for tonight. Where's the next Monkey Island? Come on, let's make it happen. Anyway, back to you, Nathan. What did you want to talk to us about today?
So, okay, this is going to sound like a rabbit trail, but I promise it's not. I'm writing a book about Batman.
Oh, God, Jesus. More book writing. What's up with the book writing today? Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Excuse me. I self-published one years and years ago, and been over a decade of just amassing notes and ideas at this point, but I need to buckle down. So the idea is that it's nonfiction, and each chapter is going to be like a different aspect of him, how he operates, his tools, friends, etc., and applying that to our lives. And like,
wait, you said it's actually Batman?
Yeah.
Nonfiction?
Why are you writing a story? You know you can't do that, right? Like, that's like a copyrighted character.
No, it's not. Well, because it's a fan work. I mean, you can self-publish whatever you want. Plus, on top of that,
yeah, I thought when you say self-publish, I assume you mean like to sell, but I guess you don't. You just like want to put it out there for free.
Well, no, I mean, I'm pretty sure I could sell it because it's like the superheroes and philosophy books, because there's a Batman and philosophy book that I have. That one's really good.
Yeah, but that's not like a story. That's not like using the copyrighted character to tell like a story. That's like examining Batman's work, like the fictional works and stuff, right?
This is an analysis, though.
Okay, all right. I don't know why we're having so many conversations about the ethics of book publishing today.
I was just gonna say, is it me? Is it my? I'm not wearing glasses anymore.
I don't know what you brought on, Tom.
It's something.
You and your tick sickness has infected the show, I think, in some ways.
I don't know what's going on. Nathan, you sound like you're doing chores too.
Oh yeah, I'll sit still. I'm sorry.
What were you doing?
You're good. Let's put the book thing aside, unless it's pertinent to your question. But I think, according to our call screener, at least, you wanted to talk more about something else.
Yeah. Well, no. I did tell him about this because it does relate. And I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
So, brain fart. So one chapter, what I'll really be talking about is being how to be an inspiration to others.
Okay.
Like how to stand up to oppression and stuff, sort of from the inside out, and like basically just pass common sense laws and.
Okay. Are you where? I'm sorry, but where are we going to? Do you want me to are you asking for advice on what I think about your book? Like where is this leading to?
Well, no. I'm really sorry. I have ADHD. My brain goes from A to B to Z.
It's okay.
So this does relate. This brings all the way back around to what the call screener wrote. So basically, this book is like Batman and humanism, basically. So okay. So how, because a lot of people that I know, like I left the church years ago, but a lot of people that I know are still in. So I feel like I should address that at some point in this a little bit, because I've had there was a phone call I had with a pastor a couple years ago, and it was this giant circle talk of, well, I made the decision to change my life. Okay, so you did it on your own. Well, no, God did it. I didn't do anything. Well, you just said you made the choice, so you had to have done something. Well, God did it in me. I'm like, oh my God, like. You can make a decision without, a higher power because you just admitted that you made the decision. So have you encountered that? How would you encourage people that they are capable, believe it or not, to do things on their own?
Okay. So that's your question then, is you've encountered people in your life that say that God has ordered them to do things. How do you argue the opposite or encourage the opposite in thinking?
Ordered, but more like, well, I'm just stuck. I'm waiting on an answer to prayer. I can't move my butt until just do something. Make a change. Just do good in the world. You don't need to be, told what to do or wait for the spirit to move in. You just get up and do things.
Yeah. Well, Nathan, I mean, if you want my perspective, people's engagement in religious practice like that is their way of doing good a lot of times. Like when they think about, am I doing enough good this week or doing the thing today? It's, oh, did I pray this week or did I go to church and stuff, right? Like it's literally like a checkbox thing for people. And when people aren't filling their checkboxes, that's when they're stressed sometimes. I know that's when I was, because you're not fulfilling your duties as a Christian, right? So some people's like understanding of like morality really comes down to, am I following the rules? Like, am I doing the thing? So, I mean, this is a question about human psychology here, right? I guess if you want to engage with people about it, maybe we could take a look at the call we just took before, which is asking people about motivations. Are you doing this because you genuinely want to help people, or is it because God is telling you to do? Or another way to look at it is, hey, I want to help other people or I want to engage in this thing, but I feel like I can't because my religion doesn't let me, or, some other facet about that. I think, having those conversations about people's motivations can be really interesting and probably thought provoking. But think about it from this perspective, Nathan. If you've ever gone to therapy and you go to a therapist does not change your life in one conversation, right? And their whole job is to help you, like explicitly. So you shouldn't approach the mindset of, I'm going to go around fixing people by just having conversations with them, right? It should be more of, can I be a place of reflection for people in these instances, right? And do they have the self-motivation to fix that for themselves? Because ultimately, you can't fix that in people, right? You can definitely help, but like their own beliefs, their own motivations, that's going to be up to them. It's not really your responsibility, but helping helps, right? But anyway, Nathan, if you're asking my perspective on that, I mean, I think that's what I would say. Tom, what do you think?
Yeah, I think from a Christian perspective, you kind of get that deeply bludgeoned into you in your younger years of like, God did this thing and is just challenging you or this or that, right? Like, now it's 2 a.m., you're vomiting in the shower. Was that God or is that Mexican food? I was convinced it was a Mexican food for like a day and a half. And now you look down, you go, oh, wow, it's probably, instead of avoiding Mexican food like I had planned to do, I'm no longer going to that restaurant. Now I'm not going to spend the rest of my evenings in Tick Valley going around without pants on, right? So it's all about how you frame it as far as why things happen the way they do. Things just happen, and then we try to make sense of them after the fact.
Excuse me. Got it.
Bless you. Gesundheit.
There you go. Nathan, what do you think?
But thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And I apologize for being all over the board. It's just, it sucks that this is all still in my head and I haven't written a lot yet. So it's me compiling all this different information.
Send it to me when you're ready.
Do I have permission? Do I have permission to quote you guys if it comes to that?
Quote us for your publication?
Yeah.
I
mean, sure. Why not? Yeah, quote me. I don't care.
What are you using? What are you going to say? Was it the thing about Tick Valley? What are you going to say? What quote are you taking out of this?
That's true. What parts of it?
Oh, no, nothing really jumped out at me. I mean, I'm obviously going to re-listen to this call. It's just, like, I really like what you said about, how ritual and prayer, going to church, that kind of stuff, is, well, I can't do anything, so at least I can do this, that kind of mentality. So
yeah, Well, again,
and I totally understand that I'm not going to change, mine. They're going to read my book and be like, oh, I'm a different person, But I still want to come at it at an appropriate angle to where I can at least make them stop and think instead of just completely write it off the instant they look at it.
And that should be the goal, I think, in my opinion, right? Can you be a pebble in someone's shoe?
Yeah.
Right? Can you be a point of reflection for people? Because again, another thing, using the therapy metaphor, there's a lot of people that go to therapy and they don't get their problems fixed, right? Like someone whose job is professionally to help someone with their problems, and it doesn't always happen because again, it takes that person going to it to actually do that work for themselves, right? And to actually take what's in. So don't feel like you have to be completely responsible for other people either. It would be my advice, but feel free to quote me, I guess. I'm glad you asked permission to me. I feel like you need to ask permission though to Warner Brothers about the whole Batman thing. I'm not convinced that you can just like use fictional stories about Batman without like working for Warner Brothers or having a license. You might need a licensing fee to pay for that and stuff, so
into it, but I'm pretty sure I'm good because it's just like it's an analysis. It's like how like you go to Amazon and there's a lot of fan fiction about other franchises. Like I bought my son, some lady self-published a Metroid book based off the original game.
Oh, well, maybe there's more to that than I know. I don't know. I'd be surprised if you haven't get a license for that though, at least, or something. That's pretty funny though. Or hey, why not just use an original character?
Batboy.
Man Bat.
See?
Well, there's a Man Bat in Batman.
Oh. See how easy that is?
Thank you for that. That reminds me, I do need to look into that character. There's
okay.
ones I'm going to look at too, just for different angles.
And we will look into a referral program for book publishers.
Yeah, for real.
Publishing legal advice or something.
I know. This is Truth Wanted is now
I self-published something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Several years ago, and I've like you said. I mean, I will look into that, but I have self-published some years ago, and my pastor at the time, he was also working on his own project. So between the two of us, we learned what was legal and not off each other. So.
Cool. All right.
Join the community.
yeah. Thanks for the call, Nathan. I appreciate your perspective, and I hope we were helpful to you. Apparently we were, because he wants to quote us for his book. So that's pretty cool.